Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning into my videos. It means the world to me. If you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to this one, that'd be fantastic. Today is going to be a raw upload. I lost power today, and so I'm not going to have a chance to edit any of this footage. The reason why I'm wearing headphones is there is a lot of pressure outside, and about every single sound is bothering me today. So I apologize for that. But anyway, let's get into today's video. So, today we're going to be talking about Luffy. Yeah, I mean, I really resonate with this character, okay? He's probably my favorite anime character since forever. I haven't gotten caught up on the anime. I'm a little bit behind, about a season behind, which is a little bad. But with all of that being said, I am looking forward to talking to you guys about Luffy because he is someone, like mentioned, that I really resonate with. Before we get too far into this, I want to go ahead and advise people that there will be spoilers for the live action series on Netflix. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend going back and watching it. It is a phenomenal show. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, we meet Luffy right off the get go in a sea, just in the middle of nowhere, talking to a seagull, a carrier seagull. It's great. And the one thing he starts rambling on about is that he needs someone on his crew, at least 10 people, and how he's going to go out there to be king of the pirates and find the One Piece. Now, with all of that going on, the reason why I wanted to talk about Luffy is because, as today's video title suggests, we're talking about neurodivergence and neurodiversity and how that impacts every individual, as well as how that trickles down into the ideas or at least the places where we work, right? So, the cool thing about Luffy is he was raised in a small shanty town right off the sea, and he was able to really be himself, explore, and be curious. As mentioned in some of my other videos, I truly believe that curiosity is a real good thing because without having curiosity, it doesn't allow you to really grow or learn or do any of those things. It can lead to recklessness, but that's neither here nor there. The cool thing, though, is that Luffy is very kind and knowledgeable. He has a lot of special interests, and he seems to be good at a little bit of everything. Um, I can relate to that. As someone who's on the spectrum, it's wonderful to be able to be fascinated with everything. I mean, there are some dark sides, right? Yeah, you do have some weaknesses, but those weaknesses definitely get diminished when you're in an environment that is one that you can create. That's kind of like the first thing. One of the other things is that when you're on the spectrum, you also have a challenge in being able to, express yourself freely or make eye contact and you don't understand the social cues. I am very fortunate because my husband definitely pulls me out of my shell and helps me to become that better person. And so without him, I don't know that I would be as confident in who I am or have the ability to, occasionally make eye contact when I try really, really hard. Um, it's funny because I don't have a problem looking at a camera as often. Um, However, with all of that, let's get back into talking about Luffy because this isn't about me. This is about Monkey D. Luffy. He is someone who is very charismatic, right? He always sees the good. And as we see him in situation after situation, the one thing he always says is, I'm a different kind of pirate. The one thing he tells one of his earliest friends that we meet along the way, sorry, I'm spacing his name, this is all kind of last minute, but what we find is that Luffy is confiding in this future Marine cadet. Kobe, there we go. His name is Kobe. So Luffy is, building that relationship with Kobe, and they're getting along great, and wonderful things are happening. However, Kobe's dream is to be a Marine, and that comes at odds with being a pirate. And they have an experience at a bar where some terrible things happen, and the Marines are that are supposedly, protecting the town end up becoming more like vigilantes and bullies. And Zoro, one of the characters we meet right off the get go, right after Luffy, is someone that, you know, really sees the best in people and wants to be a part of the solution, but he has his own goals and agenda. And we're going to talk more about Zoro tomorrow, so we're not going to really worry about that too much right now. However, back to Kobe, what he says is, I don't understand why those Marines were doing something so terrible, especially to that little girl. They should have been protecting her. Well, Luffy has enough foresight that says, there are good pirates and there are bad pirates. And if that is true, then there's got to be good Marines and bad Marines. And that is something I really empathize with, because Kobe is someone who has a strong moral compass, someone who wants to help others, someone who wants to be charitable and be around to make sure that the right thing happens or be a part of the solution, right? It's no different when you think about everybody day to day, right? We have established our society off of one way of thinking, and it has created these rigid structures where people on the spectrum can't thrive. The reason why Luffy is able to thrive isn't just because of his upbringing or how he looks for the future. A lot of it comes down to his strength as a person, and that strength is forgiveness. He's willing to do a lot of different things and forgive a lot of people, but our world isn't built for people on the spectrum. It's not. It's built for people that are neurotypical, people that think uniformly and will comply with certain rules. For someone who is autistic, it is very difficult to follow those rules. As much as autistic people love structure and patterns, that is all true until you draw the line. And that line is basically they have to set the schedule. They have to set the routine. Autistic people need to create the routine themselves. When other people create it for them, it usually leads to meltdowns, struggle. It leads to anxiety, depression. However, being an entrepreneur and being able to be yourself allows you to do wonderful things. And is Luffy nothing more than just an entrepreneur? Going after his dreams and his goals, trying to do the next best thing, trying to help people around him, but also to achieve his goal of becoming king of the pirates? It's no different. When we look at people in the workplace that are truly, truly miserable, oftentimes you see that it's people on the spectrum, whether they have ADHD, autism, dyslexia, things like that. The world is built for people that don't struggle with those normal issues. People that are divergent have a tendency, to rub people the wrong way. But the amazing thing about shows like One Piece is it really shows you what the future can be for you and your career and how you can build that relationship with others. I am grateful for the show, and I love almost everything about it because it's something I can relate to. And so this video is something I've wanted to do for a long time. This is a passion project for me. I am incredibly grateful for, this platform and everybody that's in it. Tomorrow, we will go more in depth in Zoro's life and find out what makes him tick. And the structure for the rest of the week will follow as such. So you will have today's video, which is about Luffy. Tomorrow will be about Zoro. And then the following day will be about the other characters and so on and so forth. Basically, we're going in sequential order from, or I can't speak, so there's that. We're going in sequential order from where we meet these characters and the order we meet them, okay? And then on Friday, we're going to do a culmination of all of the Marines that we meet, who are kind of like the antagonists for this first season. But we're also going to talk about some of the other antagonists, which are the other pirates, and possibly some of the other minor characters. So with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And until then, this has been my coffee corner. I'll catch you on the next one.